Awesome. Okay, so I am chatting with Melissa from Buying Beverly Hills today. So let's start off with, can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the agency and then later how you got involved with Buying Beverly Hills?
So I've been with the agency for 10 years, which is crazy to think about because 10 years is a really long time. But yeah, I joined the company in 2013. And long story short, I'm best friends with the family. I live with Farah when I'm in LA. And when the show happened, Mauricio called me and was like, I really would like you to audition. And here we are.
And then what would you say separates Buying Beverly Hills from other real estate shows?
That's a great question. So, with Buying Beverly Hills, what I find that's different than the other shows out there is that it's a really great family dynamic. And I don't just mean by like blood family, blood relation. It's kind of like we all treat each other as a family, in and out of the business aspect of it, constantly hanging out, going to each other's family functions, celebrating religious holidays together. I mean, the list goes on. But all these other real estate shows have its own perks and everything, and they're all great. I just like ours because it kind of shows that family dynamic.
Yeah, that's so true. You can tell you guys are such a close group.
Yes.
Um,
And that's actually, real life stuff. We really are close, which is
right.
great.
Right, for sure. So did you have any reservations about filming a reality show, especially one about your work? And had you done any reality TV before the show?
So I definitely had reservations because I have done reality TV before, but I'm talking like maybe 2 minute scenes on $1 Million Listing. Because James Harris and David Parnes work at the agency, and they were with $1 Million Listing Los Angeles.
Right,
I
right.
had a couple scenes with them, but never as a full-time cast member on something. So this was very scary to go into. And reservations because you never know how when you film something how it's going to turn out and how you're going to be perceived by the public. So that was definitely scary, but now, looking back, I'd rather film than go on a date. You know what I mean? Like I love it now because I'm myself and I'm like, whoever loves me for me, take it.
Right, right. I'm sure you forget the cameras are there at some point too. It just becomes
Oh, for
like
sure.
normal life.
Yeah, it was like you show up and you get mic'd up and it was just part of daily life, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, totally, totally. So we kind of talked about this in season one, we saw that everyone is super close, that it really is like a family. What unique challenges does working with your friends present? And also, what are the benefits with working with such a tight-knit group?
So there's a couple ways to look at it. Because you could either be talking like friends that are other realtors. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's definitely hard in a lot of ways. For example, like if you're going after a listing and you also have someone else at the agency going after the same listing, or you have a close mutual friend and you find out that they're working with another agent, it can be difficult. And because emotions are high in the residential real estate world. But the nice thing about the agency, and especially my close knit of agents, if we share a mutual client that either wants to buy or sell, then you usually would jump in on it together. But it's also not that easy either because everyone has different work habits and different styles of dealing with their clients. So, you could deal with, you could partner with someone at the agency, but they might have a different real estate kind of work ethic that you're not used to. And it could kind of clash or it could be perfect. It really just depends.
Right. No, that's so true. That's a difficult dynamic to navigate for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So in season one of the big drama moments we saw was when Alexia confronted you about a conversation you had had in which she found out you gave her a lower grade than she thought you did on a listing or on a showing. And you kind of ask her flat out, do you think this business is the right business for you? Why was it important for you to be honest with her in that moment? Do you have any regrets about that situation? Is there anything you wish you had done differently?
That's another great question. So, do I wish I would have done anything differently? Of course, I wish I hadn't told other people we work with that I would have given her a lower grade and would have just been honest at the start. And now I know she's been sugar-coated things a lot of the time, and I shouldn't have done that to her either. Right. So I messed up. I have zero regrets in asking her if it's the right business for her because Alexia and I were she's one of my best friends, but she's like a little sister to me. And I feel like she feels that she can be very honest with me. And so that was a moment, honestly, that I forgot cameras were around, and I know she did too. And I wanted to just seriously ask her, is it the right business for you? Because if it's not, I'll help you explore other avenues, or I'll help you confront your family that it might not be the right thing for you. But to see her drive and her love for real estate, and she's maybe the most creative person I know, it is the right business for her. But I had to ask her, and I give a lot of tough love, but it's because I mean well.
Right. No, totally. I love that scene in season one. And I think from what we saw, it seemed like she really appreciates the honesty too, which is
Yeah.
so for real estate fans or maybe even reality TV fans who have not seen the show yet, what can they expect from season one? What is the show kind of all about?
So I highly recommend watching it because, again, you see that family dynamic, blood related and not. And obviously, like the Umansky family is very well known, but you see how they interact with each other. And it's a very honest bond that they share. They're very, very, very close. And Mauricio is like a dad to all of us. He just wants what's best for all of us. But you also see like the really cool sides of Beverly Hills real estate. And again, there's countless real estate shows out there, but I feel like with the agency, we work on such a elite level that you see listings. For example, there's one that's $139 million. And I think from what I've heard, I think it's the only home that's priced over 100 that's been on a real estate show.
Wow.
Don't I think that's right. I think that's what I heard. But
I'll
the
fact check you.
cars, the shopping, yeah. And again, how we all interact with each other, we're really funny and fun, but we take our job seriously, but we know how to kind of let loose at other times too.
Right, right, totally. And then last question, can you tell us anything about the future of the show? Is there going to be a season two? Anything you can tell us?
So we should be hearing soon about a season two. And the thing is when we filmed the first season, we had so much fun doing it. We loved it. Of course, there's tough times too, right? Like the scenes I went through, but there's so many more stories to tell about us individually, not just as a group. And I feel like we should get a season two to really show that side of us. And again, we're continuing to work so hard, and we're getting these incredible listings and buyers, and it would be amazing to show that to the world. But yeah, we have a great time as a cast, and I feel like our story's not done yet. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be, but we have no confirmation yet, but I'm hoping that we hear something soon.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking with me, Melissa. It was so much fun.
Yeah, so much fun. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay,
Bye. Thanks.
bye.